Hey Virgo, smelling eucalyptus. I've been having this cough. Actually, not much left. It's okay. Hi, seekers. How's it going? Happy belated birthday. Sorry, not entirely belated because I'm recording this almost mid-September. September the 13th. Actually, it's Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th. Anyway, this is for September, October. For September, October. I also made a love reading for you guys for September, October, for 2 months, a deep look into you and your person. It's on channel membership and on Patreon, linked below and at the end screens. Okay, so you have it there if you're into that. I'm working with the Rider-Waite to serve you today, in service of you today. What's going on with Virgo? Four of Cups and the Magician. Can you imagine a magician who doubts themselves? That's you. You have all the skills. You have the knowledge. You have the experience. You have the creativity, resourcefulness, and yet you doubt what you know. You know what you know, Virgo. Virgo is also a sign, and it's ironic because people often view Virgos as vain or arrogant because you guys are so quiet in your methodologies. But that quietness is not coming from an from an air of, superiority, so I need to distance myself from the peasants. No, it comes from a place of humility, of doing the best you can quietly, minding your business. So your humility becomes doubts. Keep it in the realm of humility, but know that you know. Know that you recognize, know that you pick up on, know that you are not imagining, not crazy. The vibe in the room did shift. It does seem like it came from this and that person. Seemingly just, seemingly by the book, but you sense the injustice in it. You know. You know what you know, Virgo. You have seen infinity. They can't tell you that you can't see. Seeing infinity can be quite blinding, yes, but egoically blinding, not actually blinding. If that makes any sense. I know you understand, because you know that you know, and you know what you know. 10 of Wands, and sometimes it's too much. Sometimes it's a lot to carry. Sometimes knowing something is just painful. And that's where the term ignorance is bliss comes from. Sometimes not knowing is easier, because when you know, if someone, let's say, did something hurtful or deceitful behind your back against you, knowing it is hurtful. You'd rather not know. If I just didn't know. You can't not know, Virgo. And then, of course, with knowing comes another thing. Comes responsibility. Once you know that something is wrong for you, now you got to make changes. Once you know something is right for you, now you got to make changes in order to make room for it. It's like, and sometimes it's inconvenient, sometimes it's challenging, sometimes it goes against the status quo. Sometimes it goes against the system, sometimes it goes against your plans. Well, sorry, I'm trying to fix something here. Well, man tracht und God lacht. That's a phrase in Yiddish that says, man plans and God laughs. You don't have to carry the things that you know as a burden. You can change your perspective. You'll need to be a bit more detached and less sensitive to what people do and say that is hurtful. Because if you'll feel it all simultaneously to recognizing a lot or knowing a lot, there's a lot of pain. So you can't unknow. I'm not saying you should unfeel, but try to practice the what they do is about them, not about me. What they accuse me of is their own projections, not my sins. Good luck. Easier said than done, I know. I know what I know. Virgo, do you? Well, not always, I admit. I do the same thing. I doubt myself. I rationalize. I give others more power from a place of humility. I couldn't possibly know it all. And that's a good thing in and of itself, but it can also be very damaging and hurtful for yourself and for your environment because sometimes you know something in order to generate change or catalyst improvement or healing. So if you doubt the thing that comes to you in order for you to be a catalyst of change for the better, if you doubt it, then you don't go about doing it. And the purpose is missed. Six of Swords. You need a vacation. You need some time off. Whatever it is that is like overwhelming for you, the realizations, you need to take some time off. Take some space, you know, because that's what you want. Don't let anyone control you using divide and conquer. And don't let a few rotten apples distance you from the tree. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If you need some space, take it, but not because you're told, not because there's a phrase in Hebrew that says, "Avot achlu boser v'shnei banim tikena." So fathers eat rot, and the teeth of their sons go black. So don't punish others for the sins or crimes or misdoings, wrongdoings of others that are affiliated with them. Discern. Be selective. Withdraw because it comes from your wisdom. To process certain pain and an end of an era and make room to a new start. A clear, clean start. You're not morally obligated to appease people who abuse their power to control you. You have no such moral obligation under no law, under no belief system that I know of. Anyway. What you are obligated to is the expansion of your own consciousness, being on the path of your own consciousness, of your soul, and aligning your actions with your mind and your heart. so that the path opens up for you. Our paths become blocked when there's resistance between the mind, the heart, and the spirit and the body. When there's no alignment, when we say one thing but feel another and act another, right? When there's contradictory. These layers of your existence want to work together. They need to work together in harmony. And when they do work together in harmony, there's flow of energy and of chi in your system. That brings vitality, joy, optimism, energy, clarity. But when there's dissonance and discrepancy between what you feel and what you think and what you do, then there's no flow of life force, of chi, ki, kundalini in your system that is made of these different like wheels that need to kind of work together. And when I say the wheels, I mean like the layers of your existence, the mind, the heart, the spirit, the body. So put aside people's demands, expectations, projections, control. Of course, they have good reasons and some level of logic to them. But listen here. Does it feel right? And the thing that is the core wheel, like in a watch, there's the smallest wheel, and there's that turns around, and then that in turn turns around a little bit of a bigger wheel and a bigger wheel, and then that creates that final watch. The smallest wheel, yet the most important wheel that generates everything, that is the core and foundation to your system, is the heart. So if you're not sure, if different aspects of yourself tell you different things, go to the heart. Be like, what does it say? What does your heart tell you? That's always my go-to. It's been like that since I was a kid. And the way to win me over is by saying, listen to your heart. I'm like, I do. Good job. So listen to your heart. And then what's in there? And then align the rest that isn't matching that. Align your thoughts with it. Align your actions with it. Align your body with it. And then your spirit will have room. You're going somewhere in the next few weeks that, as I'm saying this to you, you don't know where that is yet. That will mark an ending of a painful karmic cycle and a clearing of the way to Dharma. Okay. You're being, I have the magician and the high priestess here to represent you. I mean, you're being very wise, very in tune, very aware. Trust yourself. Now, the magician and the high priestess is also can be two individuals. One of them is you, and then the other is someone you're dealing with, and there's distance between you. There's a gap. Look. That gap is physical, psychological, and something to do with the sense of responsibility. But all of that is going to collapse. All of this. Back to the 0-1, back to ground zero. 1, 1, 2. Show me more for Virgo, please. Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is going to be, once this is settled, the energy is going to start moving very, very fast. You're going to pick up pace because the blockages will dissolve and there will be room to move and you'll see the way. It will be clear the direction to take. And there will be physical movement towards and from that thing. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. There's no slowing this down. The brakes are not going to work. You're Virgo, you're responsible, you're an earth sign, although mutable, still earth sign. Something about the speed of everything will make you want to kind of halt and slow, but the energy will be too strong. It's like a current that is just taking you. You will not have your feet on the ground, you will be floating. King of Wands in the upright. And the growth process will be immensely fast and powerful from Knight to King. So there's a very powerful sense of once you make this alignment, suddenly you really know who you are. Like you really know who you are. And there's no stopping you. You reach cardinal fire like royalty. So I do see you really progressing in the next 2 months. Could be a matter of status. Maybe it's with your work. Could be when it comes to your importance in someone's life, you become from being in the background to someone very main character, lead, from being someone that they just say hello to, an acquaintance, to like the love of their life or something like that, like, or someone that is just one of the team members to the leader of the team. There's a real fiery leap. Who's this magician slash king of wands for Virgo, please? Because it's you, but there's also someone mirroring yourself to you in a very positive way. Who is this for Virgo? Three of Cups. So definitely someone that you already know that is in your social circles. Usually there are other people around. You don't really get, a lot of one-on-one time. And it's the thing that you know. See here how there's like, it's the thing that you know. That you've allowed yourself to doubt, but then things become a lot more clear and evident that there's no reason to doubt yourself. And that your intuition was on point. Four of Pentacles. Someone is experiencing fear and anxiety when it comes to their connection with you. It could be you. It could be them. There's something that they feel like they'll have to give up on, um, or lose. Um, Listen, everything we attain is temporary anyway, and there's the next chapter or the next episode that is being built upon what came before it. It also grows, you used to be a baby, and being a baby was imperative to you growing up and becoming the adult that you are today. Imagine the baby growing up and being like, no, but I want to stay forever a baby, and holding on to it. So whatever it is that you're worried of letting go of, or they're worried of letting go of for the sake of this, it's like it was just a part of the process. And now and it was a valid, important one. Now it's time for the next stage level. I hear. I heard level in my head. Okay, next level, whatever. Tell me more, please, for Virgo. Show us more. Oh, whoa. Tons of more. Okay. Devil, Eight of Pentacles, King. Oh my God, it's a whole reading in and of itself. King of Swords, Death card, Nine of Cups, Chariot. Oh goodness. Okay. King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. All right. Okay. Sure. That's what we're doing right now. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to kind of make room for everything. So dramatic. I have three kings. King of Swords, King of Wands, King of Pentacles, and one queen. The Devil, the High Priestess, the Magician, and the Death card. My sled. Okay. Let me take a moment because this has just taken the reading to a whole other layer. So let's figure this out. So someone is going through a very rigorous process of improving oneself with their mind. They're really analyzing all of their patterns, um, impulses, tendencies, um, self-deceit, the stories that they tell themselves. They dissect, they analyze, they really very hard, they try very hard to put their ego aside and really transform their behavior. And it's a very in-depth process that literally, truly, fundamentally transforms this person into what they were always able to be, what they always were, their inner heart, Nine of Cups, what their wish fulfillment is with the Chariot, who they've been as a child before they got layered. With stories of character. Who am and what am I supposed to be? So there's a clearing, cleaning, a cleansing of a lot of like imposed tendencies that one took upon themselves or were imposed onto them, either by relationships, by society, or by their own, potential greeds. But now this person is completely transforming, and they start echoing and being in alignment with something that is a lot more suitable for their psyche, for their soul. And they're remembering, now that all of that is being gone and done with, they're remembering who they were and who they still wish to be and what their true dreams are. I see someone that has kind of went astray from their dream, from their direction, and started doing other things because it made more sense, because there were certain needs, necessities of this plane. Maybe there was a debt, right? Maybe someone was really brought down to their knees by a debt that they had to work very hard to pay off. So they went into full practical mode, only mind, only logic, two jobs, whatever that needs to be done, putting their heads down, um, doing jobs that they're way too qualified for just to make more money. And I see this By November, the latest, potentially in October, which is the time frame for this reading, possibly into November, this is cleared. And then there's space, room, freedom to pursue what you always wanted to pursue. Um, with that, there's also a relationship, connection of some sort, someone that you're very emotionally and practically connected to. So it could be someone that you're working with, but also are having a romance with, right? Um, very committed connection, both practically and emotionally. And there's seeing eye to eye, like taking the same direction. And I find it interesting that out of all the four kings, the only king that is missing is the King of Cups, but that's the only queen that we have, the Queen of Cups. But it's okay because the King of Pentacles is a match to the Queen of Cups as well because it's earth and water. The signs that are coming up strongly because they have different cards to represent them are Scorpio, Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, Sag. There's recovering out of the underworld, like coming out of the underworld kind of process that you may have been in for a while. And it's been an ongoing transition from the underworld to the above world since maybe last June, Gemini season. But I think by November, by Scorpio season, end of October, you're like, I was about to say king. Okay, you're like king. Sure. You're um you're transformed, you're transmuted, you're ascend ascended, it's a too big of a word, but ascended beyond this pain that you took responsibility. That's the thing. You took responsibility for past mistakes that you had to pay for to a certain, maybe financially pay for, maybe karmically, whatever the case may be. You've been working hard to get yourself out of this mud, and you will. And most importantly, Virgo, you know what you know, and so is your person. So the love, speaking of the love reading, is right here under on Patreon or as channel membership or links below. Stay magic, stay true, stay free. I love you.